the modem. So as soon as this ends, we are gonna order a new modem, and hopefully that fixes it. We got to be the only squad in the MMA space who has issues with their modem in 2026. I don't get it. The group chat's not popping either, Chin. It's not moving. I see.
The detectives over at the Fighter and the Kid subreddit found out that Brendan Schaub's storage unit studio is for sale, and he is mentioned in the ad. So this is freaking hilarious. So apparently they're selling a bunch of these in that building, and from anywhere from 189,000 to 1.2 million dollars in Austin, Texas. Well, we got to read this description, but as you can see, that's downstairs, where he does the god awful Big Brown breakdown, and that's upstairs where they do the Fighter and the Kid. This is pre paint job. By the way, this ad explains everything that has happened. So, the description: investment or owner user. The 1,400 square foot X Space Flex condo is now home to a former MMA fighter and active podcast studio, bringing immediate credibility. Bringing immediate credibility, creative energy, and exactly the kind of vibrant Tennessee the Austin market demands. Oh my God. This explains everything. It just goes into Schaub's scams. It's all priced at $579,000. This is a turnkey income producing asset with a tenant who fits the X space culture perfectly. This space features a clean, functional layout with a built in podium, adding character and usability right out of the gate. It's a turnkey operation? What? Ideal for investors looking for a compelling story with cash flow already in place. Create office, studio, and podcast production all under one roof with the flexibility to evolve alongside the tenant's needs. Okay, so if you remember when Schaub first moved to Texas, right? He got this god awful studio that they all hated. By the way, a bigger and better one. And it's to the air conditioner kicks on. You can't hear anything. So it was terrible. And then he was like, Chin and Callan begged him to switch studios. They almost demanded it. And then he was going to get this barn. He told Chin, oh, we're going to get this barn studio. And Chin was all excited. He even showed Chin where it was. Chin went and shot a video. And then last minute, he's like, look, Chin, not going to happen. We're staying in the same building, just getting a smaller unit. This unit you see right here. The sound is even worse. This has been confirmed by Chin. So, it all makes sense now. He worked out in Schaub fashion some behind the scenes deal. Because you got to remember, Schaub, when he left the studio in Calabasas, didn't pay his lease. They sued him. That since got handled, but he did get sued for that, not paying that off. So he probably can't lease commercial property, which is why he got a fucking storage unit and probably worked out some deal. And now they're trying to leverage that and sell off the thing, because God knows you can't sell it to Schaub because he's going completely broke. So they're trying to sell it like Schaub comes with the deal. But that also explains why they let him paint in there. Because he started painting, remember the mural and shit for the fighter and the kid? I was like, what kind of month-to-month storage unit lets you paint on the walls? Well, he worked out this deal with them, so he probably has like reduced rent, and they're going to try and sell this off of the back of you can use this as podcast studio. But here's the problem. You can't use this as a podcast studio. This is the worst thing about Schaub's podcast. He does it in a fucking storage unit. It looks terrible, and the sound is the worst thing. And you know, that's kind of the most important thing about a podcast in every way, shape, or form. Because remember, the biggest lie these guys were clinging to was audio is king. Well, kind of hard for that to be the case when there's a fan system going off and he has to talk louder. But my God, they're trying to sell this for $500,000 within the description of a tenant. Now, I wonder what would happen if someone bought this and just like jacked up Boppa's rent. Like, I wish I could start like a crowdfunding thing and I just go buy it. Although, like, Too Lazy to Try or Podcast Cringe, they probably got enough money. They should just go buy this and do it. It would be hilarious. But the fact that it just goes to show this is Boppa's entire life. Behind the scene deals and little scams and shit. That's why all that Ways to Wells and Merrick, it's always some behind the scenes. You do this for me. And somehow I bet you Joe Rogan's name was thrown around in this somehow. It's all just scams. All of it. But this shit is so hilarious. Ideal for investors looking for a compelling story with cash flow already in place. What does that mean? Does that mean that if you buy this, they're trying to say Schaub will pay you month to month? That's what it means, because Schaub has to pay a month to month thing because he's in a fucking storage unit. I love how it's not even a consideration that Schaub buys this, by the way. Not even a consideration. Creative office, studio, and podcast production all under one roof with the flexibility to evolve alongside the tenant's needs. You know what that means. By the way, if you buy this, you're probably going to be screwed because I guarantee you all Schaub is going to do is pester you to fix the fucking fan system in there. Because like I said, you can't hear anything when they do a goddamn podcast. Is this some sort of scam to get someone to buy this and then like Schaub, like the company puts off the responsibility to fix the sound issue to whoever's the poor sap who ends up buying this? I don't know. But this is terrible. This is hilarious. This is Boppa. But let me know your thoughts in the comments.